Hey everyone, I'm DrHamfist. Let's do this. We're on Act 2 as the Ironclad, and we just got my favorite relic in the game, the Sozu, which says gain an extra energy at the start of each turn. There's actually no other text there. Like, I know it looks like there might be text. That's a graphical glitch. Don't pay attention to that. And what does our Act 2 look like? We already have 300 gold, so we really want to hit a shop at some point. This is the late shop. It hits an elite. It's probably not bad, honestly. We hit the campfire. If we need to heal, we can. That seems fine. So this would be a shop. If we're going to hit the late shop, I'm not sure we want to hit this shop. If we do this, we have the option of fighting the elite if we want. And we can pick the shop if we're moving from this campfire. I don't think there's any world where we take this elite over a campfire. I don't think. And then since we have that feed card that gives us max health on fights, we might actually prioritize fights this run. So let's just do this. I don't know, I do like the unknown events. Maybe we'll just do a little bit of those. So here, I feel like Inflame is always correct. And then we actually might be willing to take a ton of damage this fight and just get below half. Arguably incorrect. Oh, and is our next attack doubled? It is. And we don't have any great attacks here. Like, feed would do the most by a long shot, but we also don't want to spend it right now. We might just pass, as crazy as that sounds, but hope to draw something that hits hard that we also don't want to get rid of with the pen nib. Other option is we could Bloodletting and then Reaper, and then Strike? Well, I guess we would Strike first, because it does more damage. But, like, the Bloodletting costs 3, and we just heal it with Reaper? That seems fine, I guess. You know what? We're not going to cycle back for feed again if we're just now pitching it, so let's just burn the feed. We won't feed this fight, but it does the most damage. And then it is correct to Bloodletting here, too. And play Reaper. Then we almost have him. He's gonna gain like 30 shield though or something. Yeah, 25. Oh, so this hand doesn't look terribly offensive, but with Fiendfire it actually is. Because that's 9 times 4. I think it's just enough. Yes, cool. So the other option was to try to get feed and just like play the slow game and maybe take some damage on purpose to just to activate our Red Skull. It takes so long to do that. The upgraded Iron Wave seems really nice. I don't think Combust would be affected by my strength, like the 5 damage to all enemies. I don't think strength affects that. If it did, this would definitely be something to think about. I think we're taking upgraded Iron Wave. The other thing about Combust is it helps us stay low for Red Skull. Let's actually do that. Yeah. I usually am not a big fan of these cards, but I also usually don't do very well on Ironclad, so maybe I need to become a fan of these cards. And this one's already upgraded too, so let's try this. We'll go for a little bit more of that burn yourself style of play. Alright, so here's the birds. If we had taken Firewall, this would be super easy. Firewall would deal 20 damage to all enemies. And then since we don't have that... Yeah, so these guys say if hit 3 times in one turn, they get knocked out of the air. Well, we can do that with all 3 attacks. And honestly, I think that's even fine. I guess we'll just pile onto the weakest one. They all take half damage because of that flight passive, so we're not actually going to be able to kill any of them right now. Yeah, but that saves us 5 damage. Playing the defense would have 2, but if we played at least 1 defend, we couldn't have stunned 1. So, short of playing both defense, we were going to take at least 10 damage. And now we want to knock him down if we can, which I think we should be able to. Shockwave's probably also worth playing. Let's open with Pommel Strike and just try to see where we're at. Okay. I feel like Shockwave's correct here. And then I'll probably just play Bloodletting. That seems fine. And what we can do is we can knock him out of the air before we just totally destroy him. Actually, wait. No, yeah, we don't have enough energy, so we'll just... I think this one would be correct. Let's just make him vulnerable. We'll just take 2. Well, kind of take 5, because we did play Bloodletting earlier. But we're totally fine with going down to, like, I guess it would be 48 health. Yeah, and that's funny. This one buffed itself with 1 strength, which usually doubles its damage, is sort of the gimmick that they have going for them. Well, it doesn't really work when they're weakened because of the rounding in the game. So it rounds to 1. 25% off of 2 goes straight to 1. And then here, we've got some options. And I think what we'll do is Pommel Strike this one to death, is we can still feed this one to death. It seems fine, so we'll feed this one, and then if we Fiend Fire this one, it should stun it. That seems fine. Actually, wait, no, yeah, it is correct. For a second, I wasn't sure if it still counted as 1 attack, but I think it is instances of damage that is required to knock it out of the air. Okay, so we could Reaper and heal. I guess it's fine. Yeah, there's a case to be made that you want to just get to below half health. And that way just start profiting off of all of your, 3 strength every fight from Red Skull. Oh, and then here's a potion we can't activate because of Sozu. But I think we'll just stay full health. The difference between half health and full health is actually very large if you have feed and you're increasing your health cap. So let's actually just try to say hi and use this as sort of like an ace in the hole instead. I think we're going to go for the Heavy Blade. Deal 14 damage and apply 3 weak. Do we like 3 weak more than Heavy Blade's crazy strength scaling? I don't think we do. And let's do more fights, I think. Let's just do the unknown event. We're not going to get many anyway, so let's do one. So, as you make your way through the large buildings, you come across a long, narrow bridge and spot knights on either side facing one another. You approach. Halt! A knight forcefully gestures you to stop with its giant lance. Today is the day I must settle the score with the murderer of my beloved pet Noodles. Until then, you may not pass. Fellow witness, why don't you bet on who you think will emerge victorious? So... if we bet on the murderer, we have way better odds of winning. But we only get 100 gold. And if we bet on the owner, we have less odds of winning, but we win more. Yeah, so this is just a math problem. You're out 50 either way because you have to bet. There's no option not to bet. So there's no pass option where it matters whether or not either of these are profitable. We're actually just trying to see which one has a better expected outcome. So 70% of 100 gold is just 70 effective gold. 30% of 250 gold is 75 effective gold, so this is slightly higher. There's something to be said for more consistently profiting, but this is technically more expected money. So, give me strength, Noodles. Clamping down his helmet, the knight charges forward. Crash, clang, pow, and other Batman comic noises. The owner died, you lost the bet, but at least you weren't gouged by a lance. I still think it was correct to take the 5 effective gold. And we're doing fine on the money, so... Alright. So it's the Snecko. If this guy dies and he drops his eye, I don't think that's how that works. I don't think they can drop relics, but if he does, we're not taking it. It's a trap. So we'll just bash, strike, strike. And we're approaching the pen nib. So let's try to keep that in mind. Oh, he confuses us? Ah! It's interesting that bloodletting stayed at 0, because this is like not even a card if it costs at least 2. Well, I think we do play Inflame, and we probably do want a bloodletting so that we can clash. You can kind of look at these as one card this turn that just says lose 3 health but deal 14. Heavy Blade is going to deal more after Inflame than Clash will, because of the pen nib. We want to put it on this, so we will... Oh, no, not that one. Inflame. And then we'll Bloodletting so that we can Clash. Hold on. Oh, Inflame isn't an attack. I'm stupid. It doesn't matter what order. If we had 1 more energy, it would, but... And then we're looking to find our feed if we can help it. He's swinging 22, though. So we're probably just going to try to kill him. That deals 40, so that would. Oh, because this is the doubled attack. So, yeah, I think we just kill him. Because we're going to take damage quite a bit if we don't. Let's just take him out. We won't feed, but... Ah, that's our favorite potion for this build, except we can't use any. Clash Plus or a Flex. Flex is arguably good. Well, the issue is that we have bonus energy, and Flex is a 0-cost card. That's true with Clash too. I don't know. Shrug it off, gain 8 block, and draw 1 card? I'm almost tempted to say Shrug it off, because it helps us leverage our energy. We can play it on the same turn we Fiend Fire. It just blocks 8, but doesn't reduce the damage Fiend Fire does. I actually think we do go for Shrug It Off here, even though that makes no sense with the style of build. The other option is Skip. I think Shrug It Off is fine, though, because if you draw a card when you play it, it doesn't really make your deck fatter. The reason you skip is to avoid making your deck fat. You don't want a fat deck. Alright, so... we have the option of doing 2 elites here if we're really, really bent on destruction. We only keep that if we do this event. We might do that, actually. Vampires. Navigating an unlit street, you come across several hooded figures in the midst of some dark ritual. As you approach, they turn to you in eerie unison. The tallest among them bears fanged teeth and extends a long, pale hand towards you. Join us, brother, and feel the warmth of the spire. So, lose all strikes, obtain 5 bites, and lose 30% max HP. And wow, bite heals for 2, and it doesn't exhaust itself? I feel like we have to do that. Lose all strikes, obtain 5 bites. Yeah, so it wouldn't even matter if you had removed some of your strikes. That's nice of them. Lose 30% max HP. That's slightly a nombo with... we've been generating max HP with feed, and that goes away. Like, 30% of that goes away when we do this, but... the fact that we have feed and can start earning it back, I think this is fine. And I think heal for 2 is pretty crazy. Yeah, let's do it. So, the tall figure grabs your arm, pulls you forward, and sinks his fangs into your neck. You feel a dark force pour into your neck and course through your body. You wake up sometime later, alone. An intense hunger passes through your belly. You must feed. Alright. Yeah, so I feel a lot more confident fighting an elite if we can just generate health just by existing. So let's do that. And I think this is what we died to as the Ironclad last time. I think, to be fair, we kind of really messed up that fight right at the end, but I think we Shockwave here. Yeah, that seems fine. And then Bash or Double Bite. I think just Double Bite. I mean, they're all vulnerable already. Let's start working on the low health one. Or should we work on this big one? I'm going to say we're going to work on the big one first. Because he scares me more, and he doesn't have that much more health anyway. Yeah, and these bites are going to be crazy. Yeah, we'll take a bunch of damage here, but I'm less concerned about it with us having bites and feeds and such. Yeah, so here I can't imagine we don't inflame. We are already somewhat damaged, so we might just bite Reaper right here. We can also just save Reaper. How much does Heavy Blade deal? 20 and 9. It's not enough, but we're not facing too much damage. Maybe we do just do this. 20. He'll be at 5. Reaper heals us for so much that I think we'll just do Reaper. Because they're all vulnerable, so this is actually like 27 health. Yeah. Oh, he entangled us and we're going to draw our feed this turn. We didn't actually, but yeah, that's all we can really do. No sense bloodletting for energy when we can't spend it. Yeah, so Entangle is actually really nasty with 3 of them. Because it basically gives them all an extra turn on me. So we want to be wary of that. Let's probably start with Pommel Strike on this one, and then we can feed him. Seems fine. Yes, we can feed this one and then Heavy Blade somebody. Or we can shrug it off and defend. We are taking a lot of damage. Can we Heavy Blade then feed to kill one of the other guys? Because they're swinging more. We can Combust. We'll kill this guy. But then we can't kill the others anyway. Well, let's assume we're going to shrug it off to save some face and see what we draw. Just another defend. Okay, yeah, so let's just take this one out. Play one of these defends. Try to mitigate some of this damage. Yeah, maybe we should have saved Reaper and just done more damage early. Of course, the more enemies you take out before you Reaper, the less targets Reaper has to heal you with. Alright, so Heavy Blade and then Double Bite is plenty enough damage. Because we can actually bite Heavy Blade this guy to kill him. I think we'll actually defend just to save a bit more health. Yeah, because we're getting a little bit low. Yeah, and then this should be plenty, right? Yeah, we're good. Hair, raise your max HP by 10. That's awesome. Because we just took a huge hit to that. So offering, you lose 4 HP, you draw 3 cards, you gain 2 energy. It's probably worth it now that we have bites in our deck. Rampage, deal 8 damage. Every time this card is played, increase the damage by 4 for this combat. And then Body Slam is not a card in our deck, so we're going to take Offering. Seems pretty good with the Vampirism stuff. And then here's our shop. So first, let's check the relics. We've got War Paint. Upgrade 2 random skills. Membership card. In future acts, shops appear 50% more often. Bonus 20% discount on all products. So we're in Act 2. Wait. Yeah, we're in Act 2. So that would be in future acts. I think the bonus 20% discount on all products is just immediate, so it would affect this shop. And I can have 152 to spend afterwards. A 20% discount is actually like giving you 25% more buying power. So I'd have to leverage a lot of money before I get any back. I don't think that's actually worth it. At the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. Not huge. Enlightenment, reduce the cost of cards in your hand to 1 this turn. I don't think that's worth a card slot in our deck, is the problem. If we didn't have the Sozu, that might be more appealing. Jack of all trades gives you random colorless cards. They aren't always good ones for you. It can be crazy when it high rolls for you, but it's a random card, so some fights this is actually really bad. It does have the exhaust synergy if we had any exhaust synergies, which we don't. Battle Trance is an option here. It works really well with Fiendfire. We also don't have that many draw effects, so it barely has a downside. Battle Trance seems pretty good here. Flex on sale is tempting. Rupture, whenever you lose HP from a card, gain 1 strength. That actually might be fine. Because we can heal. I'm wondering if every turn we would gain 1 strength if we have that like combustion effect on. If it does that, that seems pretty good. Because it can count up how much Reaper will heal us for. We have those bites to heal. That might be fine. I'm not actually seeing that much we want though. The Sword Boomerang is definitely an option. If we get Membership card, I think we can buy Battle Trance and Rupture. Does it apply to this shop? I just don't know if it's worth it because we could just save that gold. And we don't want to hit extra shops because we can do fights and profit from the fights instead of hitting extra shops. Let's get Battle Trance Rupture. And then I think we will get the Sword Boomerang. It just works really well with strength. We have the potential to have a lot of strength. Seems good. If we didn't have 1 extra energy, I think we would pick up the Flex here. But I don't think it's good enough. Sever Soul makes it better. I think we'll save the money. I think I don't save the money often enough. The other option is we could go for one of these two. I don't think so. The Bags of Preparation could make that Fiendfire card really, really good turn 1 consistently if we find it. That's questionable. Let's actually pick this up. I think so. I mean, we have the Sozu. Extra cards can be pretty good. Let's pick this up. Yeah, let's do it. I said that saving the money is something I don't do often enough, then immediately went down to 4 gold left. Book of Stabbing. So we fought this guy before. Ha! There's that Fiendfire example I was talking about. So the Pommel Strike is going to increase the damage Fiendfire is going to do, but the catch is that Fiendfire right now is doing double damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa. That sound probably was coming through for you guys too. There's some sort of audio glitch. Early access. Early access. I think we just Fiendfire him. We'll get him the next turn. He'll deal 12 to us, which isn't great. Wait, the other option is, well, Bash first removes the pen nib proc, though, is the catch. Can we just Pommel Strike first and then, like, bite him or something? I think the right line would be Bash, then Pommel Strike, then Fiendfire. The Vulnerable makes it take 50% more damage, which means we only lose kind of half of the pen nib damage bonus, and then this Bash like replaces itself already. The Pommel Strike is just free damage because it draws the cards back. And then he'll be vulnerable next turn to make sure we can get him. And we might draw Feed next turn. I think that's reasonable. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. I can't play Pommel Strike because I'll not have enough for Fiendfire. What am I doing? It's actually quite bad. We might take a different line. What if we Pommel Strike and try to draw into something that gives us energy? Then we're just like stranded when we don't draw it though. Oh no. If I could count, I'd be a lot better at this game. Is Fiendfire correct here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is gonna deal like 75 damage. and destroy 2 bites. I don't think that's right. Let's see what we draw off Pommel Strike. Okay. I think we bite here. Yeah. This is like a train wreck. Okay. So the pro tip is learn to count. Probably going to help in this game. Let's see here. Let's open with Pommel Strike, see what we get. Oh, can we clash this turn? Yeah, we can. And then the question is, do we want to take 18 damage or do we want to take 13 damage? It kind of only costs us 3 to bite instead. Well, actually, no, we cannot clash if we don't defend. So we lose damage if we don't defend. We want to clash. And then he won't be vulnerable next turn. This is actually going to be a disaster. We might die. Oh my god, please no. We need to block... Okay, we're good. We need to block at least a little bit. So we have to do this, right? We can't just kill him, can we? We're 1 damage shy? Are you kidding? Hold on. Bite is 12. Sword Boomerang... Oh yeah, so Sword Boomerang is like super duper crazy. Because Sword Boomerang is basically a heavy blade by itself. It already has 3 times scaling. So this is 24 and a bite. Yeah, so we've got him. Yes, we do. Okay. Oh, that was harrowing. Okay. Alright, so Bird Face Turn. Whenever you play a power heal for 2, we're getting a lot of health regen, which is good, because we need it, because we're low. I think the upgraded Inflame. Each time you lose HP in combat, reduce this by 1, and deal 16. I mean, at best, it's basically Clash. Whereas Powers heal us for 2 HP right now, and 3 Strength is crazy. We gotta do Inflame, right? I don't think this is even a card for us. Because we don't want 0-cost cards, we have energy. Alright. Let's find something that heals us even more. Oddly Smooth Stone. Well, at the start of each combat, gain 1 dexterity. That kind of helps us stay healthy. It's just that we have almost no defense cards. I'm definitely thinking about healing right here. I don't think we want to hit this shop anyway, so let's just go heal. That seems fine. The other option is, what happens when you... Oh, so wait, no, yeah, you can. You can upgrade these. They heal for 3 and they deal 8 damage. That's not that great. Are there any other cards that heal us we could upgrade? What happens to Battle Trance? I've not even drawn this since I got it. 4 cards? It's not bad. Do we have anything else here that heals us? So Reaper does. It just does 1 more damage. I don't think so. I think we just get the health. What does Shrug It Off do? Meh. And then Boomerang. Ooh, it goes to 4 times. It's a very good upgrade for this deck, but I think we'll just rest. Okay. And then here, this one gives us the options to avoid fights if we want to. This one does at least 3 fights, and this also has the option of an elite if somehow we're doing totally fine on health. Alright, so an old beggar, cloaked in fur, reaches his hands out towards you as you pass. Spare some coin, child. I'm just shy of having enough, so I guess we're just leaving. The beggar looks to the floor as you pass. You will never make a difference, you never do. That's a little rude. Alright. So this annoying plant thing that has given me a lot of troubles before. I'm very tempted to inflame, Pommel Strike, and then just go crazy with Fiend Fire. What we may actually do, I think if we do... Well, hold on. Malleable on taking attack damage. Yeah, so Fiend Fire actually might not be that good into this Malleable passive. Because the other option is we can bite Pommel Strike and then Fiend Fire with the Pen Nib active, I believe. Let's actually start with Pommel Strike first and see what we draw, and then we may be able to play Inflame before Fiend Firing. Depends if we get something that gives us energy. So we didn't... So the options are Bite Fiend Fire. I think Bite Fiend Fire makes the most sense, probably. Because now it's doing 14 per hit. It doesn't actually come out that strong with this malleable passive. That's the kind of sad thing. I think it's fine though. The other option was Pommel Strike before, like instead of the Bite. But that gives us one more attack with Fiend Fire, but the last attack would be the weakest, so I think the 2 health was probably better. Yeah, because how much is this actually going to do? What? I think Malleable didn't activate in between the attacks, which when I read it, I thought it would, so that was bizarre. Yeah, so Reckless Charge, gain 1 vulnerability but deal 9. I don't think we're interested because we usually have a lot of energy, so the 0 attack, or 0 energy attack isn't as useful. Pommel Strike, it works well with several things we have, and the Perfected Strike. I think we'll do Pommel Strike. Perfected Strike is, in a sense, good. We probably have a lot of things that work with it. I can actually just pull up our deck and look. Well, actually, we swapped out all of our normal strikes for bites, and that hurt it a lot. So no, it's actually probably quite bad. It'd be nice if it showed you the current tooltip, like how much it currently has. But Pommel Strike, I think, is what we're taking. And then we can hit the unknown and have the option of skipping the elite. If we go here, we're absolutely fighting the elite, and I don't like that, so let's do this. So it's the Jax Vendor again, and we're again just shy of being able to actually do anything. Remember earlier where I said it's probably correct to save the gold more often than I do it? Yeah. I'm really starting to think that. So let's hit this elite, because this is just going to be something that says if you have 100 gold, everything is awesome, and we don't. I think it's fine to hit the elite. We can rest afterwards if we're low health, so let's get the relic if we can. These guys. I think we'll do fine against this fight, because this probably is a test of how good you are at beating up the small guys and killing them quickly to fight the gremlin leader. And I actually think we're quite good at that, so... So Offering would get us 3 cards, and we're probably going to Fiend Fire this turn, so that honestly seems fine. If we were close to Pen Nib activating, we might be able to try to like craft some sort of cheaty way to kill the gremlin leader. But let's start with Offering, see where we're at. Okay. So we can Shockwave, Inflame, and then just Fiend Fire the big guy and just Tunnel Vision him. That might not be a bad play even. Yeah, because the Shockwave makes him vulnerable, makes everything else 50% better. I think both Inflames would be worth playing. Let's take that line. Oh, that's right, and we're also getting healed when we play Inflame. Yeah, because the option is we can do 10 for every card in our hand, or we can do 12 for all but 1. I think that's better, especially with the 2 healing. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's 60 damage to him. That's not actually that much. And that's an attack, right? Yeah, so everything else... Wait, no, that's a power. Yeah, so we were never going to be able to clash this turn. Yeah, I think we got a Fiend Fire. And if we're going to Fiend Fire, I think it's got to be on the big guy. Yeah, because it's 60, and then it becomes 90 because he's vulnerable. So that's over half his health. Yeah, that's probably fine. So we're taking 3, and then he's buffing himself, which I hope doesn't include defense. Okay, so he boosts everybody. Oh, and he doesn't defend himself. That's nice. Yeah, so the real question here is, can we kill him? I don't think so. Let's start with Pommel Strike and see. Is it correct to just decide we won't kill him and just start hitting the other guys? I'd say probably yes. This guy's attacking. Let's probably swing him. I think next turn this guy attacks. I think the Gremlin Wizard charges for 2 turns. So let's get this guy first. And then, since Sword Boomerang hits random targets, let's just see where that lands first. Okay. Yeah. I think we'll do a defend and a bite on him. And then just try to get him next turn. Yeah, so here comes this Gremlin Wizard. Finally attacking for like... That's only 20. That's not even that bad. I thought it was going to be like 43 or something. So Battle Trance, once we play it, we can't draw additional cards. So let's open with Pommel Strike. And let's try to find that feed somewhere in our deck. Is it right to Pommel Strike him to draw 1 before we Battle Trance? I think it is. Okay, there's our feed. So 17... But we can just do a bite first. Yeah. And then... if we can play any powers that will heal us, I think it's correct to just Battle Trance and see what we're working with here. Oh, Reaper's actually an option, but we don't have enough energy to feed if we do that. And feed already heals us for 4, and gives us 4 max HP. So I think feed's better. Oh, don't do it yet. Wait, no, he's vulnerable, right? So it would get him. But if we bite first, we heal? And we can do that, because that'll leave him with 1. Okay. I think it's correct to bite first and get the health. Yeah. I love how much health we can just pull out of nowhere with the Burning Blood passive, the feed, and the bite. So Whetstone. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random attacks. So a bite and 1 of our heavy blades. Not bad. Oh, I think it might be correct to open the card first if you're going to pull this. I think that's less true if you have bites rather than strikes, but I think if we were on strikes, we'd want to open the card first in case we found an attack we were hoping it would roll on to upgrade. Thunderclap, apply 1 turn of vulnerable on all enemies. This becomes better the more energy you have, because 1 turn of vulnerable, it only applies for the rest of your turn, and then it falls off. But if you have more energy, you have more attacks that you can leverage with that extra vulnerable. It also is pretty good against multiple enemies, because it hits all enemies and it, your strength affects it. So this can be a lot of damage against multiple. I don't think Warcry's ever worth it, at least in this deck. I think when you upgrade Warcry, it costs 0, at which point it just helps you filter through your deck really quickly. But this isn't upgraded, and I don't want to have to upgrade it. So let's take the upgraded Thunderclap. The other option there, Anger. I'd be more interested in Anger if I didn't have 4 energy. And then the rest is somewhat tempting. 26 extra health, but 57 isn't that low. Is it correct to upgrade a card here? What does Offering do when we upgrade it? So draw 5 cards. That could be really crazy with Fiendfire. Fiendfire itself, 3 more damage per attack. I don't think we'll do that. Because every time we get strength, it already starts doing more damage. So... And then what's this do? Oh, makes it cost 0. That saves you 1 energy once, because you can't play powers more than once. You play them and then they don't go to your discard. So I can't imagine we would take that. And then Battle Trance. Yeah, so Battle Trance only does 1 extra card. Offering does 2. I think we'll take Offering and just try to find our Fiendfire off of it sometimes. And then even when you don't find your Fiendfire, just having that many more options can be very nice. Of course, you only get this once because it exhausts itself. I think it's worth it. The other option is just healing. Or like putting in Pommel Strike. That gets us 1 extra damage and then 1 extra card every turn that we draw it, which might be more than once. Our deck does so much damage that I think we're actually just looking for reach immediately. Yeah, I don't think we're too interested and filtering through our deck twice to get 2 extra cards from Pommel Strike. So let's just do Offering. If we die in this fight, that was the wrong choice and we should have rested. Sort of. And with us not being able to use our potions, like 57 actually kind of is lower than a normal 57 might be when you have potions. But let's see what we can do. Alright, so this is the Bronze Automaton. I think we fought him already on camera. He summons some ads that are annoying, and then he starts with 3 artifact stacks, which I think has ruined me one time. I think that was on the silent run I did last. I think I tried to spend like 6 energy or something crazy with some crazy debuff, and it just was blocked. We probably start with Battle Trance because nothing else in our hand draws right now. I think we're going to play Inflame. We probably also will play Rupture just to get it going. And then probably play 1 Thunderclap just to remove an artifact stack. And then Sword Boomerang. Since we already have Inflame Plus, that becomes, 9 extra damage for that Sword Boomerang. So that seems fine. Yeah, the only other option is we could play Bite for +2 health. Oh! We have the Pen Nib up, so we definitely want to do the Boomerang, because that's just more damage by quite a bit. Yeah, if we had one of our upgraded bites, that would be the choice of 3 health versus the extra damage, but those normal bites are only 2. So we probably are going to Inflame here. We might even Reaper. Let's assume we're going to try to play Clash and start with Shrug It Off, just to see what we draw. Okay. So the option is play Reaper now, after doing 1 Inflame. I think we Inflame no matter what. Because we can't play Clash if we don't, so I think we Inflame no matter what. We'll do that first before we do any attacks. We could do Reaper, or we could do 2 Bites. And Reaper would heal us for 27? It's just a touch of overheal. The other option is do Bites, and Bites does more single target damage, and we can just start piling onto one of these 2 ads. I think I actually like that better just because of how we do damage. So let's start working on this one, who we already almost have. Ah, these are the guys that hide your stuff. No, Offering. That's actually a card I would like to be able to play, because it thins your deck when you play it, because it gets rid of it. Of course, them holding onto it for a bit kind of does that too, but... I think we Shockwave, and then we just kill the one that's low. Shockwave won't work on the big guy yet. I don't think we bash first to make sure it does. This is a slightly awkward hand with like 4 things that cost 2 and then a defend. I think we do this. It removes his defensive stacks. It weakens this guy and makes him vulnerable. And then I think we just take this one out. We do have the upgraded Heavy Blade here. Oh, that just one-shots this guy. So we should, if we're going to take one out, we should remove 58 health rather than 8. So let's do that. All right. I like that a lot better. Oh, and then it gives us the Offering this turn. So we can probably just do that now. I'd say so. Oh, this... Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play Bloodletting. And then we're going to do an upgraded Pommel Strike on him to get access to our Fiendfire. And then here, we can't bash him before we Fiendfire him, unfortunately, but we're going to get some crazy damage out of this Fiendfire. And Pommel Strike just redraws itself, so it's 16 damage and you don't lose any of the Fiendfire effect for it. So then here, is a lot of damage. Yeah, I think I'm starting to figure out how to play the Ironclad a bit. I think you have to go into cards that I'm a bit hesitant to choose, but once you start snowballing them, they kind of feed into each other. So nothing else. Well, actually, Shrug It Off does draw. Do we want to play Shrug It Off this turn? I'd say fine. It's just playing it a bit safe, but this is the boss, and you want to play it a little bit safe against the boss. So let's do the Defend and then Battle Trance. And then, does it make sense to use Bloodletting this turn? Well, we're definitely going to Thunderclap. And then we can kind of look at this as, if we play Bloodletting, we can use 2 bites. And we probably want to use 2 bites. Pommel Strike is not worth it, I would say, because it doesn't draw, because we played that prior card this turn that turns that off. I'd say we probably do want to Heavy Blade. Yeah, so we're going to Bloodletting because we're close on Pen Nib, so we're going to Bloodletting and then do a bite, which is then going to let us get this crazy one-shot him Heavy Blade in. The other option is to try to get a feed on the boss. We'll take some damage for trying to get there, but that's probably fine because we're going to go to full. So maybe that actually is fine, and we'll probably just... No, let's... Well, we're going to use all 3 of these if we don't kill him. Well, is that true? Will this kill him? Yeah, it would. So I think we just do double bite. Oh, wait, no. Pen Nib's only on the first hit. So let's do this to get him low. And then these both won't kill him. Actually, wait, no, they would if we did both. Ah! I should have just done the bites. Keep our health higher. But it'll be fine. We're going to draw a feed. Feed will not be at the bottom of our draw pile again. Ha! Got it. But we do need to hit him first. There we get the max health. Okay, that's fine. That's the thing with, if you have 1 copy of Feed in your deck, it's like, is it worth it to just stall this out until I can pull off that Feed combo? Or, well, combo might be the wrong term, but... So a Reaper is probably the snap pick here. Brutality is an option. I don't think we ever would take Impervious here. The extra Reaper seems really good, because it's just going to be a ton of healing. I think we take the Reaper. And then here... So, the Black Star, elites now drop 2 relics when defeated. So, you can kind of think of that as, if we kill 2 elites before the boss on the next floor, this is 2 random relics. If we get more than 2, this becomes really out of hand. This is Black Blood. I don't think this has any place in this deck. I think in a defensive deck, this might be better. But we have so much healing already, and we just picked up another Reaper. Eternal Feather. For every 5 cards in your deck, heal for 2 HP whenever you enter a rest site. I think we're taking this Black Star. Both of these give us more health. I think we're fine on health. Like, we went into that fight against the boss with, like, roughly this much health. Like, I think we lost roughly no health fighting a boss. So let's take this and just gun it for elites. Let's do that. All right. So we're going to hit as many elites as we can with this high strength build, and hopefully clear the boss for the first time as the Ironclad. So see you then.